Hey, so you know it's a drag that Wendy's closing this place, of course, but she'll get another place, won't you, Wendy? I mean, what else would you? You gonna sit on the couch and watch soap operas and eat bonbons? I don't think so, eh? So anyway, how many of you people out there have jobs that you love? Really, that many? Okay, well, how many people out there have jobs that they hate? That's more like it. Okay, let me tell you about this job I had making batteries at a fucking factory in Winnipeg. Ah, man, Railvac, yeah, that place sucked, man. Let me tell you about it. Okay, this is about my first night on the job. Slowly, I began to find the groove. If I moved at just the right speed, not too fast, yet not too slow, I could collect the batteries and still have time to feed the machine. I backed away from the threshold of panic and eased into the routine. Maybe, just maybe, I could do this thing. The line ran almost smoothly, and the drying sweat mixed with the carbon to form a thin black crust on my face. Instead of working harder, I learned how to economize my movements and save unnecessary labor. I moved the shortest distance between conveyor belt and finished product. The job was simple, after all, and there was no reason why a smart young fellow like me should have any problem. Shut the fuck up. Why, I could do this job standing on my head, with both eyes closed. I became cocky, slamming the silvery tubes onto the conveyor belt with saucy insolence. Not only was this job easy, but it was incredibly boring. A monkey could do it, providing it had been given a lobotomy first. Regular monkeys were too smart for this. The real problem, however, soon became apparent. Now that I'd figured out how to do this job, my mind began to wander. I watched the half-finished batteries chug in an unbroken line from the Dragon and thought about the sex toys that might eventually employ them. It warmed my heart to know that these batteries would be put to good use. The girls owed me, and I was always available should their vibrators wear out or break down. Rita, the blonde I'd been dating, just wasn't around often enough to keep me satisfied. I felt a familiar throbbing and subconsciously rubbed up against the machine. I was horny enough to fuck this 3-ton piece of steel if I could just get a few minutes alone with it. Then, as if my amorous advances had somehow thrown the machine off its game, it smashed to a horrible grinding halt. Battery casings flew through the air like artillery shells, and the awful sound of steel on steel filled my ears. I ducked instinctively as a missile whizzed over my head. Sanjay yelled loudly in Punjabi, and I gathered he was upset about the breakdown. Was it my fault? What had I done? This clanking bucket of bolts was obviously more sensitive than I thought. At last, the horrible noise stopped. The machine sat smoking and indignant, as if I had hurt her feelings. Perhaps she wanted dinner and a movie before I rubbed my cock against her. No way was I going to say sorry to an overly sensitive machine that threw a hissy fit just because I'd neglected to observe proper dating etiquette. She would be waiting a long time before I dropped on bended knee with flowers and candy. A long time indeed. Sanjay emerged from behind the beast, and I could tell he was making a great effort to control his temper. His mustache twitched with repressed rage. He was very unhappy about the way I treated his woman. Love triangles were always messy, and I wasn't even in love. I was merely an innocent bystander with a hard-on, and even that had gone away. I was never going to understand what women wanted. "We must be very careful not to be putting cans in the machine backwards," explained Sanjay, wagging a gloved finger in my face. To demonstrate, the operator picked up a casing and placed it on the machine with a closed end facing out instead of in. "Very much trouble when this is happening," said Sanjay in the same calm but furious voice. Obviously, I'd committed a most grievous sin. "Sorry, Sanjay, I'll try not to do that again," I said, thoroughly chastised. I hung my head submissively. Truly, I was unworthy to hold such an important position. Okay, I'm almost, this is 2 short sentences, so you gotta shut up for these last 2 sentences, okay? 3 sentences. My coworker returned to his post, and the temperamental machine roared to life. Just like that, we were back in the war. I loaded cans onto the belt and packaged batteries as if we'd never stopped. Within minutes, however, I became bored and started to think about sex again. I eyed the machine lustily. We weren't done yet. Anyway, I don't know, this is it for the Cobalt, eh? Somebody throw this douchebag out. I don't know what else to say. Come buy my books.
Hey Chris, give him the fucking Winnipeg handshake. Welcome to fucking Manitoba.
I think you threw my own beer on me. Hey, where's my fucking beer?